What's going on, guys? It's Rico Sensei, and I'm here to give you my top 8 horror anime. I know October's around and it's around that time for Halloween, so I thought I should give you guys, a top 8 horror. Now, this is going to be a little bit different. I have a good friend of mine with me, Trainer Red 0195. Me and him are going to split 4 and 4 to give you guys 8 horror animes that you guys should definitely check out. And yeah, let's just get right to the list. Okay guys, so starting off the list, we have the anime series Another. Now for you guys who haven't seen Another yet, it's pretty much just like a anime version of Final Destination, to where constant characters are constantly getting picked off in the weirdest ways and the most creative ways possible. The plot for Another is pretty interesting. It has a really great mystery to it. I'm not going to spoil it, but the bare bones of it is a transfer student moves into a new school and there's like this curse going on. And that's all I'm going to say for Another. Again, I really don't want to spoil it because it's a series that you guys should definitely try and check out. Now, with Another, the mystery to it, like I said before, it's really good. The character deaths are really creative. You do like some of these characters in the anime. And it's only about 12 episodes, so I would definitely recommend you guys check it out. You can finish it in one sitting.
My first choice for one of the 8 horror anime that we are discussing has to be Shiki. Because Shiki is this amazing anime, and it is about vampires. However, it's not your sparkling in the sun Edward Cullen vampires. No, fuck love. This anime doesn't give a fuck about love. This anime kills just about fucking blood and gore and a really deep, intricate plot and good character development overall. This is one of not only the best horror animes that you can watch, but one of the best anime, period, that you will ever be able to watch. Now, I went into it blind. It was an amazing series, so I won't give too much about it. I will say the first episode, there was a character who was really annoying, but she's not around for long. There's a lot of characters in this anime aren't. It is a very unique art style. It can get a little bit getting used to, but once you do, it is an amazing anime. And the ending will have you thinking about it for days and will really cause an inner conflict between you. This is not your black and gray anime, so I highly suggest to go out and check out Shiki.
Okay, so now we have Igarashi, or also known as When They Cry. This is a personal favorite of mine. It's really awesome. I highly suggest you guys check this one out. Now, with Igarashi, the plot of it is very similar to Another, to where there's this huge curse going around town and people are dying. Now, with Igarashi and Another, there's a huge difference between those two, because with Igarashi, there's the whole Groundhog Day situation going around, to where people are dying and repeating the same day over and over. And to me, that's terrifying to repeat, constantly dying in the worst ways possible. And another thing that's different about Igarashi is the character designs. These characters don't look like they're killers, but when you see how they kill off characters, you will have a totally new perspective on these characters. I love Igarashi. The music is great. If you guys haven't checked out the opening, I highly suggest you do. It's a great representation of what this series is. And Igarashi is about 3 seasons. It's about 25 episodes each season. So I would highly suggest you get on it right now.
Okay, now next up on the list, while it is not your typical horror of blood and gore and supernatural stuff like most anime have, this one is a more realistic anime, and that is going to be Monster. Now, it's done by Naokari Uesara, who is known as the god in Japan of doing amazing, awesome stories. You guys have to check this one out. Now, I'll give you a synopsis of it without giving away too much. Dr. Tenma, he has the option of saving the mayor or saving a 10-year-old boy who is shot in the head. He saves the boy and gets repercussions for it, blah blah blah. But then, what happens is the boy disappears along with his twin sister from the hospital. We skip ahead 10 years, he has a new patient, and the patient's saying the monster's gonna get me, So, the patient runs away, and Dr. Tenma follows him, and the patient ends up getting killed by none other than the boy Dr. Tenma saved 10 years ago. It is now a race against time as he's trying to stop this mass serial killer that he saved the life of. And the character's name, I will not say, but the main villain, it was a mass genocide plot, and he has more charisma than even Hitler. It will become one of your most favorite anime villains, and this will become one of your most favorite anime series. You guys have to check this anime out, and it is creepy in the sense of this can actually happen. So make sure you guys go out and check out Monster.
Now we have the Danganronpa series. Now, I was going to choose between Danganronpa or Tokyo Ghoul, but I went with Danganronpa, and I'll explain why. Danganronpa is a horror survival mystery which plot revolves around several high school students trapped in a school, and the only way they can survive is if they kill one another. But the catch is, if the student who kills gets exposed, then he will be executed and the rest of the students will survive. Also, if the students cannot discover who killed the student, they will all be murdered. So these kids have a lot of pressure on them and they're all on edge. This keeps the series really entertaining as the students are really paranoid and they're willing to kill just to escape. The cast of characters are all very diverse and have their own personality, and they're all really likable in their own ways. You really can't get attached to these characters though. They will get killed off in the most creative and worst ways possible. The animation for it is a bit simplistic, but it works better that way. And the blood in here isn't red, it's kind of pink, which makes it a little bit more creepier. Now again, you can watch Tokyo Ghoul if you want, but I would personally prefer Danganronpa, as the first season has about 12 episodes and the second season has 24. It is a great series to binge if you're looking for a suspense horror.
Okay, next up I have an anime that is actually from the creator of Shiki, which I said earlier in this video. Now, that anime is Ghost Hunt. Ghost Hunt is very good. However, it does take a little bit time to get off. A couple of episodes to, really get going for itself. But I will say that once it starts going, Ghost Hunt is an amazing ride, and it will leave you wanting more by the end of the anime. It is paranormal investigators going to different things, whether it's psychics, whether it's actual ghosts, creepy possessed dolls. I mean, it has it all for you. Characters are extremely likable, they really grow on you. And by the end of the series, you really do care for these characters. And it's got a good mix of comedy, action, suspense, horror. It's really got everything a fan of horror anime will like. Now, does it have a bunch of blood and gore? A few episodes got some blood in it. However, this is not, something like Igarashi no Nakakoni, where you're getting a fuckload of blood, or Helsing, where you're getting a fuckload of blood, Elfen Lied, It's not one of those. This is more on the creepy, mysterious ghost kind of stuff, and it is a really enjoyable series. It is probably the weakest of the ones on my list as story-wise goes. However, it's very enjoyable. I personally think it's got a good rewatch value to it, so I highly suggest checking out Ghost Hunt, especially if you're a fan of Shiki.
Alright, so next up we have Helsing Ultimate. You can watch the original Helsing as well, but I feel like Helsing Ultimate will be more fitting for horror. Helsing Ultimate is a 10-episode OVA series that is about an hour long each. The plot for Helsing Ultimate revolves around protagonist vampire Sir Victoria and Alucard as they protect the Helsing name. Helsing Ultimate has a beautiful animation and is done by Studio Madhouse, and this OVA is filled with blood, gore, and some really badass fight scenes. The horror aspect of Helsing Ultimate is of course the fact that they're vampires, the gore, and the setting of Helsing is really haunting. And some scenes, I'm gonna be honest, it's really disturbing. So if you're in the mood to watch some real vampires, then I would definitely recommend you guys watch Helsing Ultimate.
Alright, now last up on the horror anime that I have, has to be Parasite the Maxim. Parasite the Maxim was so good. Like, holy shit. Parasite the Maxim. I went into this anime when it was first coming out weekly. I saw the very first episode when it came out. I was excited. It was a new horror anime, and week by week I was blown away. This anime is done great, and it is a great adaptation of the manga. So if you have read the manga for Parasite and you're like, I don't know, they usually don't do pretty good with anime, go watch this anime. They adapt the manga perfectly. They really do. Now, this anime is a very, once again, deep, intricate plot, and it really makes you think about stuff and think about life and the value of life. And it just gets super deep, guys. And of course, you have a bunch of blood and gore in this one. And Parasite is kind of about, you know, these aliens that come down and not infect people, but it's more of take over their body and use their body as a host. And it's very, very interesting, very unique concept. Once you see some of these creatures, you know why I'm saying it's unique concept, because I know it's been done before. However, it was done great. I know you guys are going to love this one. And the action scenes are phenomenal. And that's not even to mention the OST soundtrack. The OST soundtrack is one of the best out there in anime, so you definitely have to check out this anime. And of course, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas does the opening, so you're gonna love the opening, I guarantee it. It's a total of around, I believe it's 25 episodes. Once again, don't quote me, but it is a relatively quick watch. You know, it's not like Naruto or anything like that, so you can go into this anime, get it out maybe a week or two, and just look back on it and think about it and talk to your friends about it, and it's an amazing rewatch value. Now, that's going to go ahead and be the end of the video for me and Rico. I'm glad to do this collab with him. He's a great friend. If you haven't checked out his channel, make sure you check it out. I will have it in the link in my description below. He's an awesome guy, guys. He's really funny. He's got great videos, great editing skills. He's the one who did the editing. So make sure to check out his channel. I mean it. If you don't subscribe to Rico, we're fighting. Like, we're going rounds, okay? I'll see you guys in the next video.